Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I just wanted to do a quick video about one of the things I really enjoy. Some people enjoy going to thrift stores or Goodwill, which I love doing as well. Going to like yard sales and fairs and things, I also love doing that. But also one of my favorite things I don't see many people talk about on YouTube and such is going to dollar stores. And you might be saying, well, why do you like dollar stores so much? The movies they have are friggin' amazing. So, if you go to a dollar store, you're usually going to encounter like one of three things in terms of the movie section. Once in a blue moon you will get like a Blu-ray, but it's usually like a really low-end, crappy movie that like nobody's heard of. You'll sometimes get like a movie that was on Netflix or something like that, that maybe like has good actors in it, didn't sell as well possibly as they hoped it had, something with Adam Sandler in it perhaps, you know, stuff like that. I found movies with like Eric Roberts and like big name actors, and I picked them up and watched some of them, and some of them were just horrific, and then some of them you actually end up liking. I remember one of them, it was okay, was Gentleman Broncos. It was made by the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite. I have since passed the DVD on to my friend Jessica, but you know, if you like that kind of humor and you want to see what else this guy's created, it's pretty cool to see. So, one of my favorite things to find in dollar stores are these two sets of things. Sonny Chiba movies. You will find vast amounts of thin-cased DVD Sonny Chiba movies. Something like this too, sometimes you will find the full cases. This one I don't think I got at a dollar store because it has all three movies, but I have seen these separate at dollar stores. The Street Fighter, Return of the Street Fighter, Street Fighter's Last Revenge. You'll also find Sister Street Fighter and Sister Street Fighter Returns, or whatever the hell it's called. And if you don't know who Sonny Chiba is, he is the Japanese equivalent of Bruce Lee, but schlockier, more B-movie-esque, and way more violent. One of the main things they did with the Street Fighter film, which is very old now, I forget what year it came out, I don't think it says it on the back of here. No, it doesn't say. Is when he punches people in the head, or wherever, it almost does like in the Mortal Kombat game, where they do those X-ray techniques, where they punch someone like you see bones break. Stuff like that, you know, ripping out hearts, things of that nature. So, even though it's called the Street Fighter, and it's way before the Street Fighter games came out, I think it was like the 70s, it's more reminiscent of something like Mortal Kombat. He's always, even if he's a bad guy, he's awesome. He's always like this cool anti-hero. A lot of the movies can sort of be interchangeable in ways, in terms of him going out and like fighting these mafia goons or yakuza or whatever, or being a cop, or, you know, they're like a lot of that like very stereotypical type of action film. But always cool. I always love his acting. I think his martial arts is really cool and interesting. I keep looking down, by the way, in case anyone's noticing, because the turtle Mario, the tortoise, he's the one who clunks into the tank over and over and over. So I took him out, and I just don't want him to bite my toes. Not that he will, I don't think he will. But, anyway, Sonny Chiba movies are always excellent. The only thing I would say to watch out for is sometimes when they go from, you know, Japan to America, the name changes, or they'll come out with two separate names. So I think I've purchased before a movie that I'm like, do I own this? And then you look it up and like, oh, it's the same movie as this with a different name. They tend to do that a lot in dollar stores. So keep that in mind. But Sonny Chiba movies, if you like schlocky Bruce Lee movies, put it that way, B movies, action movies, crazy violence, not crazy violence up to today's standards. Now shit is way more violent, but for back then. Also, if you've seen the movie True Romance with Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, at the beginning when they're like courting and like she's a prostitute or whatever, and they go to a triple feature or something, and it's like a Sonny Chiba extravaganza. So Quentin Tarantino's always been a big fan of Sonny Chiba. I'm not a huge fan anymore of Tarantino, most of his work at least, but he mentioned him in that, and then in Kill Bill he actually put him in the role as the sushi chef, so you'd probably recognize him now if you've seen him. He's in a lot of great movies and a lot of cheesy stuff, so check out any Sonny Chiba movies you find at the DVD store if you like that schlocky martial arts. The second category of film that I would, I guess, throw this under is post-apocalyptic movies and blaxploitation films. I'll start with Postapocalyptic. You'll find stuff like this, Warriors of the Wasteland or The Bronx Executioner. This is like a semi-famous Italian director, writer, who they put out these, like, they wanted to cash in on like the Mad Max hype or the Road Warrior even, and they just put out crazy shit. So if you like, again, this is all leaning towards like B movies and schlocky. I'm not gonna talk about anything like, you know, up to snuff or up to par with something like a very big release. So if you don't like that, you might want to skip this video at this point, 5 minutes in. You will find like weird post-apocalyptic films, which is great, because if you like cheese or you want a night with your friends to like just watch something goofy, someone's take on like a Mad Max clone, definitely check out the Dollar Store. And finally, blaxploitation films. If you don't know blaxploitation films, they are friggin' great. It's stuff like Blackula, Dr. Funkenstein, Penitentiary 1 and 2, and 3. They made 3. I only have the 2 on DVD because the 3rd one never came out on DVD. I think it's just VHS. But the gentleman, Jamal Fanaka, I think he's dead now, who did the Penitentiary films, also did this, Street Wars. And I picked it up purely because of his name, and it was $1. And let me just read the last paragraph to you. When Frank is assassinated, Sugar Pop avenges his death and takes charge of the operation, vowing to make it legit in 2 years. Sugar Pop then turns his men into a lethal ghetto air force that takes control of the streets with Sugar Pop as the main man. If that doesn't sell you on this, people in, you know, the projects, flying around in helicopters, blowing shit up, I don't know what will. It's just so far-fetched and crazy, but so interesting that someone actually thought of this. You know, when they start taking like urban culture and urban ideas and meshing in like crazy storylines, it's very funny to me because it's so absurd. And this one is, I'll show you it. So this is called The Black Enforcers. This has Charles Robinson, who you may recognize. He's this dude in the corner from Night Court. I picked it up because I like him, not realizing that I had already seen it, or maybe I did. I think I might have Googled it at one point and looked and went, oh my god, it's the same movie with a different name. This is what I was talking about with different names. This movie called The Black Enforcers, the real name of the movie, which they changed because it's not really like politically correct, is called The Black Gestapo. And it's all about these black people that are sick of white people, like, I guess like gentrifying their neighborhoods and like the mafia coming in and taking over and all this garbage. So they make a black Gestapo and they wear like Nazi uniforms. They like castrate people and it's insane. Whoever, well, I know who thought of it, Lee Frost. Whoever thought of this, it's just like taking two very strange ideas and mashing them up, making a film that is now out there for everyone to see. It's not even like a home movie or something stupid that you and your friends are... You need to watch this. You need to watch The Black Gestapo. If you're home with your friends and you want like a bad movie or a blaxploitation type film, and you haven't heard of it, check out The Black Gestapo. There's just so many crazy ideas in these films that, like I said, are mashed, like an amalgamation of things. But go to the dollar store, check out their bargain bin with the DVDs. You will find pretty good stuff that you've never heard of, maybe with actors you like. You will also find crazy post-apocalyptic shit sometimes, especially in the Asian ones. They have more of the Sonny Chiba stuff, with the martial arts crap. And stuff like the Black Enforcers / Black Gestapo or Street Wars. I mean, you can't go wrong. For $1, the movie quality is going to be horrible, the audio is going to be horrible, it's going to look worse than VHS usually, excuse me, but you will get a kick out of it with your friends. Have a couple beers or whatever it is you drink, and just laugh. Check out your local DVD stores, your local dollar stores for DVDs. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.